Right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling today? Today is Wednesday, June 19th, 2019. June 19th, 2019. We at it again in the living room. Welcome to the living room with your host, Ja. The topic is posted on the board. You know what I'm saying? God willing, we made it to another day. You know what I mean? All praises due to God. You know what I mean? Beautiful day to be alive. Somebody didn't make it today, you know what I'm saying? Pray for them. My condolences to their family. I don't know who they are, but somebody didn't make it today. You know what I'm saying? I'm just blessed and thankful to be one of the people that did. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't even tell me. I listened to that video last night, man. And I must have said, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like 50,000 times. Nobody told me that I said that so much. Now I'm trying to be mindful. I know I'm going to slip up for the night is over, but I'm trying to be mindful about the things I say now, how I say it. Period. I was about to say it again, caught myself. That's growth. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that there's a problem and doing something to change that problem. Yamina, what up, Yamina? Yamina said, hey, John and everyone, what's happening? How was your day? Hope you had a good one. The topic is posted on the board. You know what I'm saying? Humdinger, everybody have problems. Everybody has obstacles in their life. Everybody. So, you know what I mean? This is the time where you dump it out, you put it on the table. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the things that you're willing to talk about. Obviously, you really don't want to go deep into your personal issues. You know what I mean? Not no open forum like this, but you know what I mean, the things that you're comfortable with talking about, you know what I'm saying? Put it out there on the table. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's make this a real conversation. You know what I mean? I don't want to just be the only one talking all the time. You dig? And I just say, you know what I'm saying? And anybody still ain't saying nothing. Kim, what's going on, Kim? Kim said, good evening, everyone. Candace, how you doing, Candace? Welcome back. I don't think I've seen you in a couple, but welcome back, though. Yeah, it's a beautiful day, man. Let people catch up, you know what I'm saying? Let some people come in here, fill in the room, you know what I'm saying, before we get to talking. But I mean, if you got to read the topic and let's talk. That's what it's about, right? Let's talk. This conversation is geared, you know what I'm saying, to understand that people listen to you and sometimes people listen to you to grow. You know what I mean? They need to hear that somebody else is going through the things that they're going through. So therefore, holding back and not putting it out there, you know what I mean? People need to know. It's Candace, I pay attention, Candace. I know I ain't seen you in a minute. Candace said, thank you. Keep missing you. Well, I'm here now. Veronica, what's happening, Veronica? She said, hey, Ja. Hello, everyone. Marie said, I know what you're saying. Oh, you got jokes? It sounded crazy, though. Candace says, yes. Sounded crazy, though. Really did. But listen, though, one of my biggest, I think one of my biggest obstacles was drinking. Honestly speaking, that was one of my biggest obstacles. That was one of the things that held me back for a lot of years, and I didn't even realize it until after the fact. I mean, I heard people used to talk to me and tell me about, "Oh, you drink too much, yada yada yada." See, those that don't know me, y'all probably thinking like, "Oh, it couldn't have been that bad." Nah, I wasn't a dirty drunk. I wasn't one of those ones that didn't keep up with himself. I wasn't one of those ones that did any and everything for some alcohol. Nah, I wasn't doing all of that. I always had money, you know what I'm saying? I always had, you know what I'm saying? I always kept myself up. I was what you would call a functioning addict, I guess is a proper terminology for that. I was a functioning addict because I made sure I did what I needed to do. But it was an obstacle for me because I just always had to have a drink. I don't care what the situation was. I had to have a drink. And it was hindering me from moving on to things because a lot of times I don't know how to drink in moderation. When I drink to get, when I was drinking, I drank to get drunk. And that was, and not intentionally, but it's just that I didn't have that off switch. So I didn't know how to stop. But get into somebody else. Candace said, have to set my alarm or something. Amanda said, hello, everybody. What's happening, Amanda? Mel said, hey, everyone. What's happening, Mel? Dana said, checking in. What's going on, Dana? Candace said, I hold everything in. Good evening, everyone. Holding everything in is not a good trait. That's definitely not a good trait to have, because you don't want to let that. It's just like putting the top on some, when you boiling rice or something like that, and you put the top on, and all that steam starts to build up. All that steam starts to build up, and eventually it's the top is ready to just boil. It's ready to just explode and just boil over. You have to be mindful of that. You gotta let that out. LaShonda, how you doing, LaShonda? I see you. But you gotta let that boil out. You can't keep it trapped in, because that top is gonna fall. It's gonna blow off, and it's gonna overboil. The stuff is gonna overboil. It's gonna come out of the pot. It's gonna jump up out of there. That's what it does. You gotta make sure you take care of that as it happens. You can't just sit and play with it. Keish, I see you, Keish. What up? LaShonda said, hello, everyone. What's going on, LaShonda? But yeah, you gotta take care of that. That's not a good trait to have. Understand this. Nothing happens overnight, especially when you got a characteristic about yourself, a character defect. I'm gonna say, when you got a character defect and it's hindering you from growing, but it's something it's not gonna happen overnight. You can't just stop cold turkey and think it's just going that's that. It don't happen like that. It's something that you gotta tend to. You gotta nurture that. Like for me, for instance, the drinking thing. I stopped drinking 4 years ago. Like I said, it was hindering my growth. I had to stop it like 4 years ago. But it's an everyday process for me. I don't have the urge to drink no more. Like, I don't care who drink. That's just the way my mind works. I don't care who drinking, what you doing, how you doing. I don't care about that, because I never been the one to follow. But at the same time, I understand that every day I gotta fight this disease that I have. You know what I'm saying? Called alcoholism. I gotta make sure that I make sure that I keep that right. I gotta make sure I stay away from that. You know what I mean? And I do. I don't let that. I can't let that tie me up. Caster, what up, cuzzo? Keish said, hello, love. What's going on, Keish? Candace said, 12 years later. Okay. You see, you counting years. That's not a good thing. You counting years. It shouldn't be like that. Count the years that you removed. Candace said, no, it's not. I've had a nervous breakdown in 07, just now coming around, but I still haven't gotten back to myself. It's going to take time, but you gotta put that time in. You can't just say you want, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this directly to you. I'm just saying it in the instance of what we're speaking. Anything that you want, you gotta work for that. If you want to be that person that you want to be, set your goals and set your sights on what you determine. Know your limits too. Understand what you're willing to do and what you won't do to get to where you need to go to. Mel said, I'm thinking not being able to find a job when you've always had one, it became somewhat depressing at times. So I had to get over it and say, maybe I need to focus more on my business. And when depressing at times, so I had to get over it and say, maybe I need to focus more on my business. And when the job I'm supposed to have called me, then I will go back to work. But for now, I'm focused on my business, 110 tunnel vision, and I'm actually happy with it. And as long as you're happy, you know what I'm saying, if you're doing the thing, and this is a fact. As long as you're doing something that you love, you never work a day in your life. That's a fact. You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't view it as work. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that's like second nature to you. You just love doing it. So you get right to it. Candace said 12 years later. Florine, what's going on, Florine? How you doing? Shemeka said, right? What's going on, lady? Keisha said, getting ready for work. Okay. Get your work on. Do your thing. Candace said, exactly. You're right. I understand what you're saying. Just like back to my situation. And Candace, I know you and myself, you and Mel are not the only ones. You know what I mean? What are your issues? What are y'all dealing with? What are you fighting against? What are you trying to overcome? Like, what is your what hinders you? Like, read the topic and get involved. Like, what's going on? Because everybody's gone through this or going through it. Shemeka said, hey, brother. Hey, sister. Daphne said, this is a loaded topic. I wouldn't know where to begin. That's start somewhere. Start somewhere, sis. And what's going on, sis? How you been? But start somewhere. You know what I mean? Just put it out there. You know what I mean? There you go with the know what I mean. Amanda said, sorry, little long. You have to work through the stages of changing back into the person you want to be. My biggest struggle was working through the emotions and hatred built up from let's see. Don't worry about being long. We're going to get to it. You know what I mean? He said, my biggest struggle is working through the emotions and hatred built up from childhood sexual abuse. For the longest, I put it on the back burner and it festered. Absolutely. And that's exactly what it do. It eat you alive if you allow it. You have to get it out. After finally going through the emotions and speaking out about it to others really helped me to get past that part of my life and move forward. Now I'm going to read that again because somebody need to hear this for real. She said, sorry, little long. You have to work through the stages of changing back into the person you want to be. My biggest struggles is working through the emotions and hatred built up from childhood sexual abuse. For the longest, I put, what happened? For the longest, I put it on the back burner and it festered. Exactly what I be trying to say. After finally going through the emotions and speaking out about it to others, really helped me to get past that part of my life and move forward to a place where I'm good speaking about it to anyone. If my struggle in talking helps others, it makes me feel like what I had to endure wasn't for nothing. It has helped many to begin their own healing process, and I'm grateful. I salute you. I salute you for being strong enough to put that out there like that. And you know what? That reminds me of myself because I understand, and you understand, obviously, that it doesn't matter how people view you because of the things that you went through, because who you were is not who you are. You understand what I'm saying? I gotta stop saying that. But on some real shit, it doesn't mean your leader. What's going on, your leader? Your leader waving everybody. But it doesn't define you. You know what I'm saying? What happened in your past doesn't define you. You know what I mean? Another one of my biggest struggles is just going through the things that you go through, man. Being homeless as a teenager. That's one of my struggles. I got through it, obviously, because I'm not there no more. But just being homeless as a teenager, just not knowing where my next meal coming from, where I'm gonna lay my head at. You know what I mean? And I have family. You understand what I'm saying? I have family, but I was the type. I didn't trust people after a point. It got to a point to where I didn't trust people. I'm gonna take responsibility for the part that I played. I wanted to be in them streets. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I wanted to be in them streets because I wasn't getting this. I felt like I wasn't getting the support that I deserved or that I needed. You know what I'm saying, to push me forward. See what I'm saying? They know what I'm saying? I do that shit too much, and it bothers me. But I understand that struggle and that Joe. I see you, boy. I understand that struggle in dealing with situations. You know how you know letting go is a hard thing to do. That's a very hard thing to do, especially when you got to see the same people that you know wronged you. Letting go is that's one of the things that I had to deal with too. I had to deal with that too. So it's a lot, man. It's a lot. But I really do. I salute you. I really do. I think you brave to even bring that up to the forefront, Amanda. I appreciate you for that. Florine said, trying to keep it together, babysitting a 7-month-old tired. That's a struggle. I hear you though. Is that you said a grandbaby or something? Is that your baby or a grandbaby? I don't know. Veronica said, the most difficult challenge in my life thus far has been learning to deal with the death of my first husband by suicide. Ooh. My condolences. I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences go to him, his family, and you, and yours. That's a tough one to swallow. That's a tough pill to swallow. You know what I mean? Yo, do me one favor, y'all. Ask again. Please share this live. The little black box that says SHARE in it. I'm being funny, but seriously though, please hit the share button. We've been doing good. I appreciate the love. Please hit the share button. With that being said, Amanda said, Daphne, I find sometimes it's better to start from the beginning. Florine said, I need to put myself first. I'm always trying to help someone. That's a double-edged sword. That's a double-edged sword. That right there is, as Daphne put it, is a loaded response, because sometimes it's necessary for you to put yourself first, but then sometimes it's selfish. That you got to know you got to find that medium. You know what I'm saying? You got to find that medium, and that's a tough thread, tough needle to thread. Florine said, Amanda, myself also, my kids kept me afloat. I couldn't remember until I started having my own. Now, know this. Mary said, raising 2 boys as a single mother. They graduated from high school, completed the first year of college. Keeping young men on the right track and out of trouble is difficult. We struggled and at times have done without, but we made it, giving God all the glory. Absolutely. 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 Because without God, none of this is possible. Without God, none of this is possible, man. The things that I went through, you know what I'm saying? The things that a lot of us, like, I'm not the only one that had issues. And I understand that. So that's why things like this is very important to discuss too. We can have fun, we can laugh and joke, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's a learning process. And in order to learn, you have to know, in order to grow, I mean, you have to learn and you have to understand things. You have to be able to put the past where it needs to be and leave the past in the past in order to move on, because that's where the real growth becomes. That's where the real growth comes from. Learning to forgive and learning to move on, not staying stuck in that moment. Take them cement shoes off and start stepping. A lot of people forget how to walk, you know what I mean, because they got them cement shoes on, and don't they forget how to move their feet. Man, move your feet, man. Get back to it. Shemeka said, anything that we go through, God will use that very thing for part of our purpose to pass on and help someone else through. Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Khadijah, what up, Khadijah? Tanisha, I see you, Tanisha. How you doing? Florine said, sorry, I gotta go. This little dude giving me hell. It's all good. You know what I mean? Do what you gotta do. Handle your business. Khadijah said, hey, everyone. Ashley said, hey, living room. What's going on, Ashley? Maya said, another struggle was leaving the hustling and streets alone to lead by example for my kids. Yeah, that was part of my issue too. I had that same issue. Montoya said, good evening. What's going on? Amanda said, we as individuals are resilient and can always bounce back. We just have to find our purpose for going through the struggles. Once we find our purpose, we can use it to help those around us from falling trapped to the dark tunnel many of us find ourselves going down. Sometimes we just need to know others have been there before and help light up that tunnel. Mm, mm. That's deep, Amanda. Candace said, never put myself first. You have to. You have to. You have to. You have to find that medium. Like I said, you know what I mean? Amanda said, Florine, yes, they keep us grounded, but I found my biggest fear is stopping the cycle within my family. I'm a third generation of abused women, and I will not continue it with my girls or my son. Mm-mm-mm. Break that cycle. Like you said, break that cycle. Tawana said, my challenge for last few years has been dealing with anxiety disorder that I developed after my brother passed away a few years ago. Only a few people knew that I was dealing with this. At first was embarrassed to even tell anyone about it, but the last few years I have gotten a handle on it, and a lot of prayer. That seems to be a lot of our problem. We get stuck in that rut to where we don't want to talk to nobody. We feel like people are going to judge us. So what? Listen, it doesn't matter what people feel or think. The only thing that should matter is you getting past the situation and healing yourself from whatever you seem to be going through, or whatever we seem to be going through. That's the most important thing. Stop worrying about what people feel, what people think, what people gonna say. That's not important. That's not important. The most important thing is to get the help that you need to better yourself. Shemeka said, yes, bringing light to a dark place. Ashley said, I had my first child with a man I was with 14 years. He talked about having a daughter to get one and leave. All he chose to do was put himself on child support. We had our ups and downs, but I finally was over it and just wanted us to co-parent. But if he couldn't have me, he didn't want her. That's sad. That's sad. I'm sorry to hear that. That's sad. Shemeka said, Amanda, generation curse breaker. Yes. Ashley said, will not be his slave. When she gets older, she'll understand. That's it. You don't got to dog him. You don't got to dog him. You don't got to talk bad about him. You don't got to talk down about him around her. You don't got to do none of that. Because when she gets to the age of understanding, she going to see what it is. She'll be able to see for herself the type of man that her father is. You know what I mean? And she'll be able to make those decisions on whether she choose to deal with it or don't choose to deal with it on her own. Oh, excuse me. My choice, I think one of my biggest challenges is learning how to love a man and trust him. Years ago, my oldest son stole from me and stole my son's identity. When we first dated, he seemed like the perfect man. Hey, I'm trying to get to it, man. This is long. I thought he was. Oh wait. Oh, he seemed like the perfect man. Our relationship moved quick, and I was younger than him. When we broke up, and I thought he was doing something to help me, he was really hurting me more than I can imagine. It made me never really trust a man and always protect my feelings. I have moved on and put that way to the back of my mind, but it just made me watch men real close because you never know who really is with you for you. When you love a person, sometimes, or some things you just don't do to them. Amanda said, Tawanda, never be afraid to speak. It can feel scary, but speaking out is for your health, and you deserve to be happy and to heal. Nobody else's opinion matters. Take one day at a time, one step at a time. I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely, 100%. I definitely agree with that. I don't understand what the problem is. Like people like we allow too many non-factors to be factors, and it doesn't make sense to me. If they don't make your life better or enhance your life in any type of way, why are you concerned about what they may think or feel? And I'm not directing this towards you, Tawana. I'm just saying, period. Why do people care about what another person feel that doesn't have anything really to do with their life? Like people will go crazy over this social media stuff when somebody say something crazy, and I've been caught in that web too. To be honest with you, because I don't like nobody to feel. I don't like to feel like nobody getting the best of me. Like, whoa, hold up. They just said something slick, and I'll be ready to address that. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, go through. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I just finally woke up and understood that I don't need to be concerned with other people and how they feel about me. They need to be concerned with that. My concern is to keep growing and to keep elevating myself to the highest I can. You know, go as far as I can so I can be the best version of me for my little ones, to make sure that I can give them the best opportunities and the best path to take on their way to the real world. I want them to understand. I want my kids, like I said, I want to be my kid's superhero. I want to be their super. I want them to look at me like, Daddy did it all, and he got through it. Daddy been through this, but look how he turned out. Daddy didn't have this, but look how he turned out. Another one of my biggest setbacks, or whatever we were talking about, is coulda, woulda, shouldas. Thinking about what could have happened, what I could have did, what I should have did, how I should have did it, why I wasn't born with somebody, why I wasn't born with parents that had money that could help me, that can help me do this, or give me money, or leave me a house, a couple of houses or something like that, or leave me a business. Why I didn't have that? Why I got to start from scratch and this? But the fact of the matter is, you have to start from somewhere. You can't sit and stay stuck. Like I said, you can't keep them cement shoes on, staying stuck trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, why this didn't happen for you and that didn't happen for you and why you don't got this and that. Go out and get it. Figure out how to get it. That's your next step. Not staying stuck stuck in that moment. Figure out how to get it. Shemeka said, Montoya, amen. Love just keep letting God show and mold you, I'm guessing. Khadijah said, one of the most difficult challenges is letting God use me, knowing that all the seasons and reasons he puts before me to teach me the very best way to live. I am still sometimes disobedient, shaking my head. I'm still trying to walk right. All the lessons, trusting the process is the hardest part. And if you don't trust the process, then you're not going to go through the process the correct way. If you looking at it, if you questioning it and you trying to figure it out for yourself and trying to figure out a different route, or trying to figure out maybe I should go this way or maybe I should do this, that's not for me. Let me step back. Or I might go through the shortcut right here. It's a cut right there and it looked like it leads to that. When you start doing that and start to figuring out that, or start to think that you're smarter than the man upstairs, that's when you lose. You lose. You lose as soon as you get that little piece of inclinate, that little thought in your mind that you better than, or you can figure it out better than the man that designed it, the man that planned it all. You lost. You lost. Amanda said, Montoya, broken trust is the hardest to heal from, in my opinion. So I agree totally where you're coming from on that. Montoya said, because everyone perceives things differently. So what some may not feel is relevant, others may. Absolutely. And I learned that too. That was another thing I learned. I used to feel like, I hate when somebody say to me, or when somebody, and I've had it said to me too, why you always say that? You don't know how I feel about it. That's the way you feel about it. That's not necessarily how I feel about it. And it took me a minute to catch on to that and to understand that, like, everybody doesn't think the same. Just because I may feel that it's irrelevant, it might mean the world to somebody else. It might mean the world to somebody else. You might buy a car and you don't want the car no more. And you see somebody and you sell the car, whatever. Now the person that got the car is taking care. You see them washing it, cleaning. Every time they come through, the car is clean. You see the car is cleaning. And now you start to see the car differently because you didn't take the time to do what you could have done with that car, and they did, because they saw it meant more to them than it did to you. And that's how you got to look at things. Sometimes things mean that the things that what you eat don't make that person shit, period. Best way I can put it. Amanda said, if you don't feed me, finance me, or fuck me, I don't care what your opinion is. Took a few years to get to that point, but it's freeing on a new level once you reach it. Kiva, how you doing, Kiva? Welcome to the living room. Kiva said the most difficult time in my life was watching my child fight cancer. Ooh. God bless you. She said, I prayed every day for his healing. He was blessed with a second chance, and I have never stopped praying. God bless you and him. He's a fighter. Yeah, he's a fighter. Tanya said, hey, everyone. What's happening, Tanya? Amanda said, I cannot imagine that pain. My blessing to you and your family. Absolutely. That's to see one of my kids go through something. I don't know if I could take that. You know, so you I mean, you never know what you could take really until you're forced to take it, to have to take it. So I pray that I never have to go through anything like that. I pray I'll never have to go through nothing like that. Man. Whew. Tanya said, doing 8 years and losing my mother and grandmother. And I obviously, I know you ain't get over that. I know you ain't get over that. Losing my mother and my brother. That was definitely one. It might sound crazy, but more so my brother than my mother. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's my mother. I love my mother with all my being. She brought me here. But I only had 8 years with my mother. 9 years with my mother, excuse me. I had 8 years. And then the 8 years that I did have with my mother, I didn't have it to where, like, my mother had 7 kids. My mother passed at 34. My mother had 7 kids. So my mother had 7 kids in her 20s. In 29, she had 7. By 29, she had 7 kids. Because when she passed, my brother was 5 years old. Yeah, so she had him when she was 29. That was the 7th kid. So I never really got that attention that a child would get, because once I was like, we're not too far apart from each other, all of us. Like my sister, I got a sister that's 2 years older than me. So then I got younger siblings that's 2 years younger than me. Yeah, 2 years younger than me. So, you know, it never was time for one child to be that child, except for my older sister. And she didn't really relish in that too long either, because my brother came right behind. He's like a year and some change behind her. But to make a long story short, like you know what I'm saying, my brother passed, that my mom passed, that hurt. My brother passed, that took a part of me. That took a part of me, because me and my brother, like I said, we grew up when I say we grew up together, I literally mean we grew up together to the point where I don't never remember having my own room. Like my brother we always shared a room from the time that I can remember, from little kids till he moved out. We shared the room. We shared. Our name was one name. Anytime something went down, his name was Todd. My name Jabbar. Todd and Jabbar. Who did it? Todd and Jabbar. Todd and Jabbar. It was like a run-on sentence. Todd and Jabbar. Todd and Jabbar. As we got older, Ty and Ja. Who did it? Ty and Ja. Ty and Ja. And that's just the way it was. You know what I mean? So I never not had him in my life. So when he passed, that was a killer, man. That was a killer for me. That was an obstacle. I had to get over it though. I had to understand that, you know what I mean? He's in a better place. I'm still here. I still got people depending on me. I still have people depending on me. So I need to move on. I need to figure out how to get past that phase right there and do what I need to do for myself and for my children. And that's what I did. So I hold them dear in my heart, Definitely in my heart, that's never gonna go nowhere. As long as I have my mind and these memories, that's never gonna go nowhere. That's always there. So with that being said, you have to let go in order to grow. I'm not telling you to forget. Let go though. You have to let go. It's like they trying to get to. It's like they trying to get to their place in heaven, and you holding on their leg, and you're not letting them get to where they need to go because you won't allow it. You won't let them go. You got to let them go. Let them have their peace. Let them be at peace, because as long as you down here hurting and you going through the things that you going through, they're watching over you. They see all of this, and you think they're not bothered by what they see in you or see what you're going through. You have to let go. Pray on it. You have to let go. Understand that everybody's gonna go. Everybody's gonna go. Amanda said, I almost lost my youngest child due to losing my grandfather and great aunt mother figure within months of each other while pregnant with her. It's hard to lose those you're closest to. I can't imagine my mother or stepfather passing, and to think too hard on it makes me cry. EB, what's going on? EB said, good evening. Tanya said, my mother had 4 girls, and I was the only one that wasn't there to say my last words, and she was like my best friend. I don't think I could ever forgive myself for that. A pain that will never go away. You have to forgive yourself for that, Tanya. You have to. She's forgiving you. Trust and believe she's forgiving you. She's forgiving you. Because in order to forgive, in order to be forgiven, you have to forgive. So she definitely forgave you. You got to forgive yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself. You made a mistake. That's what we do as people. We make mistakes. You gotta let that go. Pray on it and let it go. Pray on it and let it listen. I'm gonna tell you what a counselor told me. Get you a pen and a piece of paper. And it's real shit, Ty, because it really worked for me. Get you a pen and piece of paper. Sit down. You know what I'm saying? Whether I don't know how you write. Do you write to music with your music playing? So, like, I do things with you hear the music playing softly in the back. This is the type of music I listen to get my head right. But whatever you do, light your candles, you know what I'm saying? Dim your light, however you do, whatever you do. But sit down in a comforting place to where you comfortable and you let it out. Let your feelings out. Put it on that piece of paper. Write it down. Get it out your system. Get it out your system. Write down everything you want to say to them. Everything that you could have said. Everything that you was feeling, how you feel, write your sorries, I love you. Write all that down in that letter. Write it down in that letter. I guarantee you'll feel better. I guarantee you'll feel better after that, Tanya. I guarantee you. It worked for me. Let me stop that. See, I'm assuming that you me. You understand what I'm saying? And you feel like I feel. Write it down, Tanya. Try that and see what happens. I'll say that. Write it down and try. Write down, sit down and get your feelings out. Write it out on a piece of paper. Everything that you want to say. Get it off your chest. Put it down on paper. And keep it. Every time you feeling like that, you feeling down, or you feeling like you shouldn't be forgiven or what, read that letter to yourself. Or read it out loud, however you want to read it. Just read it. Go through it again. You got to get it off your chest. The leader said, Kiva Babbitt, that is so inspiring. Awesome. Shemeka said, amen, brother. Yes. Please share the video. Intermission. This is a little private intermission. Please share the video. Hit the share button. Please share this video. Please. Amanda said, Tanya, this is hard, but please don't be so hard. I found saying goodbye to my grandfather made it no easier to let them go. She loves you and is watching over you, proud, seeing you grow every day, because you are growing. I don't even know you personally. But knowing what you went through and hearing you speak, I salute you for real. I understand what you're going through. Don't beat yourself up is what I'm saying to you, Tanya. Don't beat yourself up because you're still here. You still here. You got work to do. And I guarantee your mother and them is up there watching over you and smiling because you giving them reasons to smile now. You resurrecting yourself. You lifting yourself up. You was dead. As far as the world was concerned, when you get locked behind the walls, you dead to everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? You back to life. You've been resurrected. Do the things that you wanted to do. The things right. You know what you did wrong. Change it around and do it right now. It's all you. Long as you got breath in your body, you got a chance to change and make it better. Make what you did wrong better. You can't change the past, but you can go on and be better than what you were before. Shemeka said, Tanya, your mother knows your heart. Absolutely. Shemeka said, sister, your mother knows your. Oh, Shemeka said, Tanya, sister, your mother knows your heart, love. She left and trusted that you would be okay. Okay, love. Yulita said, Tanya, you may not have been there at that moment, but you still have the opportunity to meditate. Take some time to yourself and say everything you wanted to say to her and send it off. Absolutely. Yulita said, yeah, Ja. Montoya said, my prayers are with everyone in here and their challenges. Nobody knows what a person is going through. I listened to TD Jakes today, and the sermon was one on hearing your hurt. Everyone hurt, and nobody can't tell you how bad your hurt and pain is. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Well, I'm the TD Jakes right now. How about that? Listen to me. Nah, I'm joking. But for real. Nah, I like TD Jakes too. I like anybody that's inspirational. Anybody that helps me think and helps me to understand that I'm on the right track. You know what I mean? I like that. Amanda said, Montoya, I love TD Jakes. LaDanya said, okay, Tanya, mommy watching down on you. Stand up for her. Stand up for her. Do what you're doing. You're on the right path. You're moving in the right direction. That's all she wanted in the first place. That's all you doing exactly what she wanted you to do. So continue to do it. Move with a purpose. Pick your head up. Stop walking with your head down. I'm not saying that you're literally doing that, but stop walking with your head down. Pick your head up. You know what I mean? Them times is over. It's time for you to get back to Tanya, doing the things that Tanya need to do. You know what I'm saying? To get right. Your leader said, sometimes the way to let things go may not be the way you thought or hoped it would be like, but you must find a way to free yourself from the burden, to walk around feeling relieved, not ridden with grief. Nah, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. Montoya said, another challenge I face is going to my grandmother's grave. She passed in 90 and I have not been to her grave. Every time I say I can do this, I really can't. I sometimes wonder, will I ever go to her grave? I think if I go, I will really break. I think maybe you need to go so you can break. Because sometimes when you break, sometimes it's necessary for you to break in order to put it back together the proper way. Sometimes we get put together and it's not accurate. Just because we seem like we got it together, that doesn't mean that we're the way we're supposed to be. That doesn't mean that. You have to understand, like, we not always where we need to be, even though it looks like appearance is a mother. Because you can look like you got it all together and be twisted. You need to go and you need to get that monkey off your back, and to get your head right. Because that's hindering you from doing a lot of things. That's hindering you from loving the way you need to love. That's hindering you from growing to the places and growing and being a woman that you need to be or that you should be. You don't realize it, but a lot of times the things that we go through and deal with in our past hinders us. If we don't deal with it correctly and get it off our chest and deal with it in the proper way. What the freak is something bit me? Deal with it properly, then we still holding on to pieces. You know what I'm saying? That's going to affect us in our present life. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. You need to go see your grandmother. You need to break down. You need to get it out your system because you're probably carrying around that hurt and you don't realize that you're reacting off of things because of that pain that you have deep down up inside of you that needs to come out of you. It's like it's like eating every day and not shitting for a whole 2 months. That shit need to come out of you. It needs to come out of you. Amanda said, Montoya, it's hard, but don't let that stop you. Maybe breaking down is exactly what you need to heal and grieve her so that you can learn to cope with her loss. Hugs, love. Wow, Amanda, you on one tonight. I like that. I like that. Mel said, I applaud y'all because, woo, some of the things y'all spoke on is not easy. Y'all should feel good to have moved on and being where you are today. And understand that you still here. You still here. So your work is not done. Your work is not done. You have a purpose. God has a plan for you. You have to figure it out. He can't do all the work for you. You have to figure it out. You're still here. Figure out what your purpose is. Stop walking around worrying about what happened in the past. Stop. Let it go. Pray on it. Ask for forgiveness. Write it down. Say whatever you gotta say. Get it off your chest. Even if it's not to a loved one that passed. If it's somebody, a relationship that you feel that you can't even talk to that person. Write it down. Write it down. They might live the next block over and you don't want to ever speak to them again. Write it down. Get it off your chest. You stinking mother. I hate the way you did this. I don't like the way you did that. You made me feel like XYZ. Write it down and get it off your chest. It has to be released. It has to be released. It has to. Mel said, Montoya, you might need to let it out. It's okay to break down. Sometimes a good breakdown helps you move forward. Absolutely. Shemeka said, yes, crying sometimes is cleansing for the soul. Absolutely. That's a fact. Ladarian said, it's crazy because I do how to open up. I don't know how to open up. I'm new to this, but I'm up and needed some of this advice. The love. I don't know how to open it. Okay. Yeah. But you know what? That's what we're here for, though. To help each other. You know what I'm saying? Like Montoya said, you never know what a person is going through. You can sit there and judge. People sit, and I say that all the time. Like, I could be in the car and I see something going on, right? I see something going on, and I say that all the time. And you know, like somebody be like, oh, look at that person over there. Look at her all raggedy, this, that, and the third. And then you got to sit back and think like, that's probably their best outfit. You know what I mean? They probably work their ass off to pull that outfit together right there. It looks raggedy to us, but that might be the best thing they got going for them. So who the freak are we to judge what they had? You know what I'm saying? You don't know their story. You don't know what they're going through. So why talk down about them? If you could talk, it's easy to talk down about somebody, but try picking somebody up. That's where the heart comes in at. That's what shows your character. That's what shows the type of person you are. Anybody could down somebody. Everybody can't pick somebody up because some people are too selfish to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Some people are too selfish to do that. Try picking somebody up that you feel is if they messed up, don't sit and talk bad about them. Help them up. Try to figure out how to get them to where you are. Or if not necessarily where you are, try to help them get up on their feet. Do something. You're like, oh, look at them. They look dirty as hell. Yeah, they look dirty as hell. Did you offer them anything? Offer them a wipe or something. Offer them a rag. Take them a bucket with some soap and water in it or something. So where they can cleanse it. Take them some new drawers. Do something about it. Stop being a part of the problem and be a part of the solution. You never know what this person is going through. You don't know what this person is going through. We do enough bashing each other already as it is. It's time to start loving each other and stop all the bullshit, man. Stop being so judgmental about people. Start loving each other. It's easy it's easy to downgrade somebody or talk bad about them. But what are you doing to help the situation? If you were in that situation, you got to put yourself in other people's shoes sometimes. You got to put yourself in other people's shoes sometimes. You probably couldn't even, man. I know a lot of people that couldn't even walk a mile in my shoes, but they quick to judge me and talk about me. But at the end of the day, that doesn't bother me because that's their defects. That's something they got to deal with. I'm good with who I am. I'm good with what I've been through. I don't have a problem talking about nothing I've done, nothing I've been through, nothing that I don't got a problem talking about none of that. None of that. I've been homeless. I've been to jail. I'm playing the fifth on some of the things I've done. You know what I'm saying? To other people. And I ain't talking about no, I never raped nobody. I never did no crazy shit like that. I'm talking about physically harming people. I've done shit like that. And I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it. I've been hurt. I got my ass whooped plenty of times. Plenty of times. It can happen. It can happen to you too. So if you think it can't happen to you, just like you think it can't happen to you that you can't be homeless one day, it can happen to your ass. It can happen to your ass. Trust and believe that. It can. So be thankful about what you got, man. Be thankful about, think about this. We complain about the littlest things we complain about. But then turn around and you watch TV and you see kids that their ribs are showing because they so damn hungry. Their ribs are showing. We complain about, oh, I ain't eating that. We got choices. These kids don't have a choice. These people don't have a choice. But we sit and talk about them and laugh about them, but don't do nothing to help them. They put on a commercial, oh, send 50 cents over here. I ain't saying no damn 50 cent. 50 cent to feed a person. You can't eat on no 50 cent. I'm not eating on no 50 cent. You know how hungry I'll be. But 50 cent for them, it's like buying them a whole damn meal, a Thanksgiving meal. But we won't even help out because we too selfish. But we're going to spend money on everything else. We're going to buy a damn $400 pair of sneakers that we going to wear a couple of times and then get rid of. Like, come on. I put up a post. And it's crazy because this is how our mentality is. This is how stupid we are. It was a lighter, right? It was a lighter. One lighter was plain. All of them was the same lighters, exact same lighters. One lighter was plain. One lighter had a logo on it, some type of it's a Nike logo or something on it. Then the next one had a Louis Vuitton logo on it, and the price it went from $1 to $5 to $20 and so on and so forth because of what was printed on the damn lighter. It's the same exact lighter. It just have a logo on it. We logo whores. That's what we are. We logo whores. Man, let me get back to this. I'm going, man. Yeah, I'm getting upset with this. I'm sensitive, man. I'm passionate about the things that I feel passionate about. I just don't understand where all the hatred come from. I just don't get that, man. I just don't get that. Your leader said, you know, I don't go to my grandmother's grave other than to check on the property. Her flesh was there, but her spirit lies within me, and we're together every day. I love my granny. Wow, that was deep. Amanda said, cry, scream, and falling apart can be soul cleansing no matter what our struggle. Even the strongest need of release. We must put ourselves first in order to help those around us. Absolutely. LaDanya said, but broken, but I've been watching and listening. Love the advice. Thank you. I appreciate that. We appreciate that. Shemeka said, yes, because holding on to grief can ruin relationships with self, kids, and other people, and you don't even realize it. You don't even realize it. Your leader says so many people neglect to applaud themselves and for making it through obstacles they thought would break them. Celebrate yourself. It's a saying they said, if he brought you to it, he'll bring you through it. I believe that. I believe that. Because some of the things that I've been through, I mean, I'm talking about, I cried at night trying to figure out, like, what was I going to do? How was I going to get through this? How am I going to get through this? Cried at night. I'm talking about tears rolling down my eyes, just lost. Don't have a clue. Don't have a clue. Look at me now. Look at me now. Who you are, who you were is not who you are. You determine who you are. History going to determine who you were. That's already written in the books. History is going to determine who you were. You determine who you are and who you'll be. Listen. One more time. Intermission. Please hit the share button. Somebody needs to hear this. Don't be selfish about it. Somebody needs to hear this. Somebody is dealing with this issue, or somebody knows somebody that's dealing with these issues that we discussed. It's a lot of information on here that you people put out there. Y'all, you ladies put out there, as well as myself. Please share this. Please share this video. Tanya said, "Twin, welcome to the living room, because there's definitely a lot of love, peace, and comfort in this room." Absolutely. Wouldn't have it no other way. We don't tolerate the disrespect or the ignorance. We here to help each other grow. We here to uplift each other. Somebody had a rough day today. You know what I'm saying? And somebody needed to hear something positive. This is what we here for, to take that edge off. Montoya said, "Thanks, everyone. Maybe my next trip to New York, I will go. Can't make no promises." I think you should, though. I really think you should, because I think you have a lot of hurt that's just deep down inside of you that you need to get up out of you. And I think once you release that hurt and you get it out your system, I think it'll be a great thing for you. Tanya said, "Montoya, praying for strength for you, Montoya." Amanda said, "LaDanya, start small with something not really important and work yourself up to the bigger issues. Build your strength up. You're worth more than the pain you carry. Big hugs and don't stop trying to open up. You're a beautiful soul and someone out there needs to hear your story." Absolutely. That's why I'm telling y'all to share. Somebody needs to hear your story. Somebody needs to hear these stories. Mel said, "Word, we do complain about the simplest shit, when in reality we need to be happy regardless. Every day we walking around here complaining." Absolutely. Absolutely. LaDanya said, "Thanks, hon." Your leader said, Lenny Williams. You know, I need my vibe. This is my vibe. I like that comforting music. I don't really like that, you know. I'm stuck. I got them cement shoes on when it comes to my music. Tanya said, "Haven't cried in a minute, but crying is healing for me." You gotta cry. Don't be too tough to where you can't have where you don't have emotions, because you just a bad. And I'm not saying this to you, Tanya, of course, but I'm saying in general, don't be too tough where you don't have emotions, or you don't express your emotions, because then you just a big ass dummy. You just walking around and you just you're dead inside. Like, who wants to be? Why would you want to feel like you're dead inside? Handle your business, man. If you gotta cry, cry. It's okay. Cry. Ain't nothing wrong with that. People cry every day, all day. So what? So what? Get it out your system. Once you start to stop caring about what everybody else think and feel, you'll feel so much better, because then you have that freedom to do what the freak you want to do. That's the freedom that I have. I don't care about you, or you. I don't care. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm saying if you like it, I love it. If you don't, I can't do nothing for you. That's on you. I figured out what makes me happy and what I need to do to stay in the space that I'm in. I'm in a comfort zone. I'm riding my lane. I'm chilling. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't no passenger. I'm just doing this on the dolo. For dolo. I'm riding alone. I'm riding and playing with the radio at the same time. I'm listening to that vibe, Lenny Williams rocking in the background. I'm driving real slow in the left lane. In the far left lane. You know why? Because there ain't no other traffic with me. I'm doing this on my own. I don't care. I put it out there. You can't shame me about nothing that I've been through, because I don't care to put it out there. So I don't care if you put it out there. Just put it out there correctly. If you don't, I'm going to correct it. I'm just going to, listen. Yeah, that's true. I did do that. I did go through that. But listen, that wasn't how it went. This is how it went. It went like bop, 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 bop. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. That's all to it. You can't hurt me with nothing. I don't care. I don't care. Because let me tell you, truth be told, the people that's with you and rocking with you is going to be there and rock with you regardless. They're going to be there and rock with you regardless. They don't care about what other people say. Because a lot of times people are trying to tell your story to make you look bad, not understanding that they're only helping you grow. That's the stupidity of a person. They try to throw you out there and try to throw you under the bus, but not understanding that if you're a person like me, you ain't doing nothing but helping me grow. Because now I'm able to get it off. It's out there now. It's just like it's just like when you're in a pool, you put your foot in there like, oh, that's cold. That's cold. And you take your time getting in there. All they doing is pushing you. Remember, you used to be at the pool and somebody push you in the pool, you'd be like, oh, and then that cold water hit you, and then all of a sudden you get the feeling your body temperature warms up to that whatever temperature, and your body protects you, and you start to feel good in that water. That's all they do. That's all they do. That's all they do. With that being said, y'all know what it is. I'm going to read the rest of these comments, but I just want to say my piece first. You know what I'm saying? From my heart to yours, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I thank y'all for stopping through. I thank y'all for rocking out with me for this hour. And I really do appreciate y'all. I really appreciate everybody that had something to say and put their feelings out there and what they're going through out there, because again, it's going to help somebody in the end. It may not be a person that's going to be vocal. It might be somebody that's on this live right now that's reading it like, wow, they just told my whole story. Okay, and reading all the advice that y'all gave. Put them thumbs up, put them hearts up. Where y'all at? I see you, Joe. I see you. Put them thumbs and hearts up. Stop being shy. And please share. Please share. But somebody might be going through that and might need that help and just, don't know how to come out and say it directly. So do what y'all do, man. Continue to give from your heart and let that light shine. Somebody in the dark right now, put that light on for them so they can see where they're going. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody don't necessarily have to go through have to bump into a wall, especially if you got a light. Put the light on so you can see. With that being said, this is Josh signing out from the living room, man. God willing, we'll do this again tomorrow, man. Like I said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all some real stand-up people. For real, for real. Montoya said, I was listening to Les Brown the other day, and he spoke about how this man in the town was called Chicken Man. The man walked around pushing a stroller with 2 dolls and it making chicken noises. Come to, let me see. I'm trying to see, this is a long ass thing. Come to find out, the man's house caught on fire and he got out but left his wife and 2 children. When he tried to run back and the flames were too bad, he heard his kids crying until it stopped and they burned. He was then called a chicken by an on-law by not saving them. Or by in-law by not saving them, guess you mean. More of the story is this bugged this man out. We never know a person's story or what they've been through. Everyone is not like you, nor is their story. We need to sometimes think of why is this person dirty, homeless, talking to themselves, etc. Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. Stop judging people if you don't know their story. Because we can sit, like I said, we can sit and talk about people all day long. But what have you done to help somebody? It's senseless. Montoya said, thank you, Tanya. Amanda said, no one is exempt from struggle. Homelessness can happen to anyone at any time. Stay humble and never feel you're above another. I'm better now, but my lowest point as a mother was being homeless twice. Let me see. Being homeless twice, bathing in park bathrooms, and having to overcome my pride of going to a shelter. Living in a DV shelter was eye-opening. Seeing those around me going through so much. Looking back, it was the best choice I could have made at the time. And I'm grateful I found the strength to put my pride down for a minute. That's called foolish pride you was dealing with. Because there's there's pride and there's foolish pride. You were dealing with foolish pride. And I'm glad you realized the difference between the two and did what you needed to do. Tanya said deep topic, but definitely needed to hear this. Thanks everyone for the strength to get a little stronger. Absolutely, Tanya. Don't hold your Tanya. I'm gonna hit you after this, Tanya. I'm gonna hit your inbox after this, if you don't mind. Your leader said, all I know is that I have 2 options: make the best of every day or fight battles without any results. I chose to smile and be happy. Time ain't forever. Not at all. Not at all. Tanya said, just share it like always. I appreciate you, Tanya. I really do. You definitely always do share. I appreciate that. Your leader said, like I say, it's okay to cry and feel emotions. It's just not okay to unpack and live there. Not at all. And I love that saying too. Mel said, great topic. Good night, all. See y'all tomorrow. God willing. See you tomorrow. Good night, homie. LaWanda said, preach on, brother. Thank you, LaWanda. Just keep coming. Keep coming. Y'all feed me. Y'all feed me. Amanda said, yes, great topic. Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening. Amanda, don't forget to share, Amanda. Yulita said, good show. Thank you, Yulita. I appreciate that. Candace said, thank you. Thank you, too, Candace. Make sure you share. Kimberly said, awesome topic. Busy at work, but always in the living room. I appreciate you, too, Kim. You definitely are. Yulita said, thanks, John. We need the living room. Inspirational and informative. Man, listen, I don't do it by myself. Y'all are a big part of that. Y'all are a big part of that. I just created the platform. Y'all are a big part of how it goes in here, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I mean, with that being said, please share. With that being said, y'all have a good night, man. God willing, we'll do this again tomorrow, man. Peace and love to each and every one of y'all. Peace.